Up to the tape, white flag is raised, they're off. Straight into the lead goes the odds-on favourite Envoy Elen, racing on to the first of 11 flights, with close-up Elixir Dane, and the pair have stretched on over 4 lengths in front of Longhouse Poet. And then comes Conflated, Midnight Run, and the back marker just chased away from that opening flight, French Dynamite. Heading in the early stages to flight number 2, and it is Envoy Elen, narrow leader from Elixir Dane, a couple of lengths off them, and third Longhouse Poet. And then the Jigginstown House Stud Duo, Conflated in the hood, distinguishing white cap of Midnight Run, and the back marker is French Dynamite. They're at the third flight on the run into the straight, and in the air together, Envoy Elen and Elixir Dane, followed by Longhouse Poet, and then Conflated, Midnight Run, and French Dynamite. Little changes, having negotiated the first 3, and Elixir Dane has now moved on a couple of lengths in front from Envoy Elen, then another couple of lengths back to, in third place, Longhouse Poet, who finished second to Elixir Dane here last time. Then Conflated, Midnight Run, and French Dynamite is the back marker and the least experienced runner in the lineup. At the first of 2 flights in the straight, this is the fourth, and jumping boldly the first 2, Elixir Dane and Envoy Elen. 3 lengths back to Longhouse Poet, and then Midnight Run, Conflated, and French Dynamite. On to flight number 5, and the last one next time, Elixir Dane has gone 3 to 4 lengths in front of Envoy Elen, who's followed by Longhouse Poet. Then comes Midnight Run, who's on the inside of Conflated, and French Dynamite continues to bring up the rear. A circuit to go in the Lawlors of Naas Novice Hurdle. Grade 1 of 90,000 euro over 2.5 miles. They have another 6 flights left to jump as they go into the bend, 1.5 miles from the finish. Elixir Dane and Mark Walsh in front, stoked by the unbeaten Envoy Elen and Davy Russell. Third is Longhouse Poet and Derek O'Connor. And then Midnight Run, JJ Slevin on the inside of Conflated and Jack Kennedy, and the back marker remains French Dynamite and Robbie Power. Over the first of the couple of flights past the stands, they'll soon be at the halfway stage, the 10 furlong point. Elixir Dane bowling along 2.5 to 3 lengths in front of a clear second Envoy Elen. Then Longhouse Poet, Midnight Run, Conflated, and French Dynamite. Heading past the halfway stage and going now to the next flight, which will be 5 from the finish. And it's Elixir Dane continuing to go along in the lead, is showing less than 3 lengths in front of Envoy Elen. And then comes Longhouse Poet, Midnight Run, sluggish, and 5th was Conflated and driven along as a result, and French Dynamite has also come under pressure. Less than 7 furlongs to go. They've 4 to jump in the Lawlors of Naas Novice, and it's Elixir Dane with closer in second Envoy Elen. Winner top level last time when landing the Royal Bond at Fairy House. Third is Longhouse Poet, then Midnight Run, Conflated, and French Dynamite. Tightening up a fraction with 4 flights left to jump. Elixir Dane by a length to Envoy Elen. 2 lengths to Longhouse Poet, then comes Conflated, Midnight Run, and French Dynamite. Heading for the final 5 furlongs, they've 3 to jump. Elixir Dane, Mark Walsh, followed by Envoy Elen and Davy Russell. In third place, where he's been throughout, Longhouse Poet and Derek O'Connor, who's now been asked to try and close on the first pair, and then Conflated, Midnight Run, and French Dynamite. 1/2 mile to go, 2 flights left to jump. Elixir Dane with on the outside, moving to be within 3/4 of a length to a length away is Envoy Elen, driven in third place, and getting reminders is Longhouse Poet as they come towards the second last. Elixir Dane with on the outside Envoy Elen, 4 lengths back to Longhouse Poet, coming towards the second last. Elixir Dane and Envoy Elen on the near side. Envoy Elen ranges alongside Elixir Dane. The pair are clear of Longhouse Poet, and to the final flight in the Lawlors of Naas Novice, it's Envoy Elen. Gordon Elliott's the real thing over the last, a couple of lengths in front. Elixir Dane in second, and then Longhouse Poet Into the closing stages and the Lawlors of Naas Novice Hurdle. It's Envoy Len Racing's World looks his oyster and will maintain his perfect record in the colours of Chigley. Park Stud, ridden by Davy Russell. Elixir Danny is second. Longhouse Pro third. Fourth Conflated. Then French Dynamite and Midnight Run.